Hey everyone, it's Anna J. Wellner with the Bookish Nook, part of the Author Library Network in partnership with Creative Edge Publicity. And today I am thrilled to have with me author Natalie Cammaratta. Natalie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, Anna. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Thank
Yes,
you.
my name's Natalie. I live in the Kansas City area now. I'm a transplant from Florida, enjoying sort of having some seasons now. and I released my first book in July. It's called Falling and Uprising. It is a YA dystopian novel, and working on the second book of that. It is a trilogy and some other, all the fun things that writers do.
Awesome. And you are independently published. Do you own your own house or you just completely self-publish?
Actually, I am published through a small press,
Oh,
an
great.
indie small press called Darkstroke. I got hooked up with them through the Twitter Pitch Fest Pit Mad back in March. And yes, so they're small enough that I still consider myself indie. I'm still very much, but not self-published.
Right, absolutely. Yes, big distinction there. Yeah, being with a small house is great because it gives you a lot more flexibility than being with a traditional big four house. And but you also have the kind of the marketing experience that they can offer and some of that knowledge and customer base, reader base that comes along with being with a small press,
Mm-hmm.
which is always good.
Yeah,
But
it's been great.
Falling and Uprising, I mean, the cover is beautiful. I mean, just gorgeous. Do you have a copy of the book that you could show people? Because
I sure do.
it is
Let me
absolutely
reach for
gorgeous.
it.
And you guys, Natalie has not only is the cover absolutely gorgeous, there it is, yes, but she has tumblers and I mean this.
That I always have.
I love that. That is so cool. Where so the story follows Serenity, a girl who believes that she lives on the last dry earth, but then she sees a map and her views are changed forever. Would you classify, you did say that this is dystopian for YA readers. Can you
Mhm.
tell us a little bit about Serenity and maybe a couple of other characters?
Yes. So I always use Gossip Girl as one of my kind of inspiration comps that fans of Gossip Girl would appreciate it. I really think of Serenity as kind of being Serena Vanderwoodson of her city. She's a rising star. Everybody knows her. She's all over, their version of social media,
Got
and eyes are always on her. And then she finds out that her city, her very utopian, glamorous, lovely city, is not only not the last little island left on Earth, there are 8 more right around it. And life is not so good there. So if you think of it as kind of like a capital and the districts situation, but
Gotcha.
no one in the capital knows the districts exist, is a very big difference.
Okay, so they're sort of cloistered in this utopian society, unawares to the problems of the outside world, which are the 8 islands that surround the central center where Serenity lives.
Exactly. Nobody knows that anyone else exists. And finding that out, she finds out from someone from the city, but she meets Bram. It's actually told in dual POVs. We also have Bram's point of view, and he is from one of those other islands.
Oh,
So
wow.
we get the juxtaposition of what life was like there and what's going on there and his feelings towards things. Even though they're working together, they don't get along very well just because they are so different. He's very bitter about the fact that she's had this plush, happy life, and them figuring out how to work it out to be able to work together.
The story is so unique. I mean, how did this come to you? How did the inspiration for the story come to you?
It really did start, the first little kernel was after rereading and rewatching The Hunger Games a couple years ago, thinking about the people from the Capitol who were involved in the revolution And some of them we got little bits of it of why, but I was thinking like, how did they, they're supposed to be in the good life. How would they end up wanting to take all of that down? So it kind of started from there, and the world changed a lot and the story changed a lot as I made that first draft. It was my first time. I had started a couple of other stories previously that never went anywhere, but this was the first time I wrote any significant amount of a story and actually obviously wrote the whole thing.
Have you always wanted to be an author? Has that creative passion always been inside of you, or is this something that's just that kind of came to you within the last, few years or so?
It used to always kind of be in the back of my mind. When
Right.
I'd read a great book, I would think, oh, I wish I had written that. Like, why didn't I think of that? But it was always, I can't even think of a story was always my big thing. And then I finally did. And again, realized that it was going to change a lot as I got through the process. But the funny thing is now, where for years I thought I just need a story to tell, I can't think of a story. Now everything starts a story idea in my head. A song lyric, a children's movie. I'm like, a line from a children's movie has inspired what I think is going to be a 5-book fantasy series in my head. So
it is so wild how that happens, how once you're kind of on that creative train, as we say, that creative wave, that almost anything can trigger a moment of inspiration. I say, a lot of times I'll be doing housework or cleaning, and just a sentence or a phrase or a whole paragraph will kind of manifest itself inside of my head. I'll stop whatever I'm doing and I'll go to the laptop and I'll get it down before I lose it. Do you keep a bunch of notebooks with you?
I don't do notebooks. I know that's the big thing for authors. I don't do notebooks.
I don't either.
I have a note in my phone, and then it was getting cumbersome. So I created like a Word doc on my computer. Of course, readers, we all know about our giant, ridiculous TBRs. I also have a TBW.
To be written, right?
To be written.
I love that.
And where I throw in like a line of an idea when I think of one. I opened it a couple months ago and it had been a while. And I'm looking at it going, I don't even remember some of this. These are good. Or what is that? That's awful. But it exists there just in case I end up in a point where I go, what should I write next? I don't know. But I don't see that happening at this point. So.
Right. No. So you already said that this is a part of the trilogy. So where do we go from here? Are you working on the second book now? Do you have a date set for release? Can we see a pre-order coming soon? Do you have any insider information to tell us?
I wish I did. I'm hoping to have more news on the second book. It's done being written. It's, my agent and I have edited it in the whole jam. So we are waiting to see if it'll get it contracted so that we can start getting dates and title reveal and cover reveal and pre-order. So hopefully that's coming soon.
I know it's always such a process, the whole publishing thing, especially whenever you're traditional, or whenever you're traditional, or whenever you're with a small press, because things have to take a certain progression. People don't always they're like, when is the next book out? And I'm like, yeah, it takes
There's
a
a process.
There's quite a bit of a process. It's not just as easy as you sit down, you write it, and then it magically appears in book form. But that's fantastic. And you said that you already have another idea for another series that's coming. So we have not seen near the end of books from you. Will you stay in the dystopian genre? Is that a genre that you enjoy writing in, or are you looking to perhaps flex your creative muscles and go outside of the genre into a different realm?
I have very much enjoyed my dystopian experience here. I'm actually not done with it because I'm not done with the third book yet.
Of course.
But right now, the book that I am almost finished with the first draft of is a fantasy, probably like new adult fantasy novel. So, yep, making the little shift. Really enjoying playing with magic.
Absolutely. And it's great to be able to do that, to be able to write in a multi-genre way, because it helps to keep that creativity alive and to explore different genres and to write in different genres. Also gives your audience something to, kind of pick from. I've stayed primarily in the fantasy genre, but am now branching out into different areas, which I'm excited for as well. And then, I mean, the response from TikTok has been absolutely amazing. And because today is Author Talk on the Bookish Nook, uh, what would you say is the best part of being a part of the BookTok, Author Talk community?
The support on BookTok is just incredible. It really is. Today, actually, I had warned a few people that Falling in Uprising was going on sale this weekend, that it's free for Kindle for the first time. And I had told a few people, and then I posted it. I had scheduled my Instagram post, but I hadn't filmed a TikTok yet. I still, at this time, have not put it on TikTok yet. But hey, 2 people have already beat me to it and posted videos about it being on sale. And I just love that. One, I have to stay on my toes to keep up with them. But like just the love I've seen there and support and hyping up the book and being excited for it has been absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah, absolutely. And excuse me. And so what advice would you give other authors who are interested in, because TikTok, I've seen this with a lot of authors that I work with and talk to here on the Author Library Network, that TikTok just seems like this alien planet, like it's Mars or something like that. And what advice would you give them if they're an author looking to get started in TikTok, AuthorTok, BookTok?
I was definitely hesitant as well. I did not want another social media thing.
I know.
I was afraid of doing videos. It was very intimidating,
Yeah.
I think. But it quickly became my most important
Fun.
platform. And I think you really need to be willing to connect with people. I think it's much more personal than a lot of the other platforms. And people get excited, I think, for your books and what you're writing because they get to know and like you as a person. There were,
Very true.
even as soon as I went for pre-order, I had people like going crazy, like excited to order it. And I'm going like, you don't even know if I can write. What is this based on? And I hope I don't disappoint you. And so far I haven't, but it's just, I was going, oh my gosh, really? Like people are calling themselves my fans. My book hasn't come out yet. What's happening? I don't understand this.
No, it's amazing the amount of support that you do get on TikTok. And yeah, someone found the second. I had to put the second book in the series up for a review, and never announced it, but somebody found it, and then all of a sudden it was like, all these pre-orders, and I'm like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That happened with my paperback. My paperback was available early, and my publisher told me, like, I mean, it's there if people notice it and get it, fine, but don't like advertise that.
Right.
Okay, well, I didn't, but TikTok found it. And then all of a sudden I'm getting tagged in videos of, oh my gosh, look, go buy Natalie's paperback. Oh, look, I've gotten the paperback. And I'm going, okay, sweet, thanks.
Hey, I didn't do it. You can't blame me.
Exactly.
And everyone, if you would like a copy of Natalie's paperback Falling and Uprising. And not only that, but a signed copy at that. Go check out her website in the description below. I'll have the link, and you can go pick one up for yourself. It is an amazing book, and make sure to do that today. Anything else that you want anyone to know about you or what you have coming soon?
Hopefully news on the second installment of Falling and Uprising, and also hopefully soon more information on the audiobook. The audiobook is in the works.
I should have asked about that. Yeah. Okay, great.
I've gotten some narrator samples from my producer for that, and I'm very excited about it. So hearing it from a professional who does this and it's going, oh my gosh, it sounds like a real audiobook. It sounds like the audiobooks I've purchased. What? It's a real book. This is crazy. So hopefully I'll have news on that soon. That's in the works. I'm waiting for dates for that release. And yeah, and right now, this weekend until Sunday, the ebook is free for the first time. So
okay,
if you want
guys,
to check it out before you go committing to the signed copy, it's there.
I've heard that. So Falling and Uprising, Natalie Cammaratta on Amazon, free until Sunday. So go check it out now, like right now. Well, Natalie, it has been a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to sit and chat with me. And everyone else, if you haven't already, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on great upcoming content. And stay safe, stay healthy. Natalie, it was a pleasure.
Thanks, Anna.
All right, have a great day.
You too.